Okay. Are we live now? I think we're live. I hope we're live. You think after, you think after several years of doing all this stuff, I would know how to do this live stream thing. But I swear it gets more complicated every time I try and do it. But anyway, let's just get right into it here. I hope this is working. Okay, it is working. Hello, chat. Hello, everybody. Sorry. I guess I've been talking to myself for the last few minutes, which, I mean, I do that anyway, but it's on camera. So, hey, it has been a while. Welcome back, Animations. Hello, everybody. Come on in, take a seat, have some fun. We're definitely going to be having some fun tonight. So, for anybody that didn't hear me, which should be all of you, I decided that it would be funny to go through basically all of my assets that I use for my videos, because there's a lot of them. I have just folders and folders of random images. I know, crazy, right, Sin? I'm going to do my best to keep my eyes on the chat as much as possible. If you ask me a question or something and I don't immediately get to it, just keep putting it in the chat. I will see it eventually. And remember this is my promise to everyone. If I don't end up answering it during the live stream, then I'll devote an entire video to it. That's a promise from me to you. So just continue putting your comment or your question or whatever it might be in the chat. I will get to it eventually, I promise. But yeah, so we're going to go through all of my assets that I use for my videos. A lot of memes. I have two folders open. One is memes and one is murder drones. So there's going to be some sneak peeks in here, and you guys are going to get to see the art that I've gotten and the animations I've gotten so far. So I just wanted to go through all of that with you guys. You guys have been so good to me, and I thought it'd be pretty funny because a lot of this stuff taken out of context is pretty hilarious. And I apologize if I click on something and pull up a new window. I have to... It's not going to come up, unfortunately, for you guys, so you're just going to have to, kind of squint through the screen a little bit to see it, but I'll do my best to explain what it is. So, yeah, please ask your questions as soon as possible. I figure let's just start at the bottom. Pardon me a moment. Oops. Going to try not to move the entire screen here. Let me just move myself over. There we go. So, let's start from right to left, because we're in... Oh, okay, that's fine. Thank you for being here, Blue Cat. Good to see you, as always. You want to do murder drones first? Okay. Let me know, guys. Just let me know. Do you guys want to do the murder drones file first, or do you want to do the assets, the funny memes file first? Because everything has a story associated with it. We can totally start. All right, let's start with MD first, and then we'll work our way over here. You have a little something to look forward to, like. Wait. I'm trying to think of something I maybe haven't used before. Oh, this guy. Yeah, you have that to look forward to. Man, I couldn't have picked a worse thing to look for. Okay, anyway. Murder Drones folder. Here it is, for all of your viewing pleasure here. So, these are the Murder Drones specific assets that I use for my videos. Sometimes there's notes, as you can see here. Sometimes there's thumbnails. Sometimes there's stock footage or photos that I send to artists to be used. Other times there's screenshots from the actual show, although those are pretty rare. Sometimes it's full-on videos, but everything here has a story. Why is everyone saying Miku? Was there a Miku thing? Did I miss that? There's probably a Miku thing here somewhere. Yeah. Oh yeah. The Wimdy meme, that's one of my favorites as well. So I'll tell you guys right now, this right here, I don't know if you guys can read Russian, but this is the official, it's the official script for the doll video that's coming out on Saturday. It's technically out now for members only, but yeah, I wrote a whole script for it. It's not the most comprehensive thing. The video itself is like barely more than 10 minutes long. It's supposed to be a one-off. I told you guys a while ago that I want to do one-off stories because I figured, that would be kind of cool. And sometimes I have time for that kind of stuff. So I figured we would do that. And yeah, that's the script right there. I won't open it because I don't want to spoil anything for it, but just rest assured, I have fulfilled your guys' promises. I am a very, very good genie. You guys wanted Doll back, so I brought her back in the only way I could think of within the context of season 2. Because remember, season 2, even though it is a fan work, even though it is something that, is pretty accessible, widely accessible, whether you're a fan of murder drones or not, it does fit within the reality of the show. You're probably not going to see any aliens. You're not going to see any, humans necessarily. It's a continuation of season 1 with all of the plot points that I can think of that were left over from season 1 being continued. And Doll, I'll admit, was not one of those plot lines. I feel like she had a pretty, complete arc within that first season there. It was very clear beginning, middle, and end. But you guys wanted her back, so I brought her back for this one-off episode. It should be fun, should be a little different, a little interesting, and we had the amazing Elvanova come in and do some voice lines for us in her native language, which is really, really cool. Animations, hit me with your question, whatever it is. Let me know what it is. The amazing... Wait, what? The almighty Oreo King just commented, this is his words, not or her words, whatever. Their words, not mine. The amazing booty district of murder. All jokes aside, keep up the good work. Let me read that one more time. The amazing booty district. This is from the chat. This isn't me. The amazing booty district of murder. I just got to say, there is a place for you in this world somewhere. Maybe it's in a coal mine. Maybe it's behind a desk somewhere. Maybe it's in an insane asylum. Who knows? All I'm saying is you are supposed to be here. I'm grateful you're here. Here's to you. Wow. Okay, that looks like an ad. I am not sponsored by these guys. Just want to say it's just what I have on my desk, so I apologize for that. Anyway, you're a bit nuts. Hi, nuts. I'm not. At least that's what I tell myself. Gaslight District, Murder Drones, and Gaslight District combined. Yeah. I don't know where the booty came from either. I really don't. Wow, take that out of context. Anyway, going down the list here, we've got Yeva. I think that's her name. That is, that's Doll's mom, if you guys remember. Doll's mom is, she doesn't appear very often in the show, but when she does appear, it's pretty awesome. She does have her little moment there with Nori. And, yeah. Tell me, Pebble Star, tell me. I apologize for the ads, guys. I have no control over those, so I deeply apologize if they get in the way. But rest assured, I will be here as soon as they are done. I can't see them on my end. I am just streaming. Who is my favorite character? Great question, Sans. Oh man, that's actually a really good question. Who is my favorite character? I don't know. Uzi's tail is a pretty good character, I have to say. I think it's it's got its own PNG right here. Out of all the characters, it's a toss-up, okay? It's really hard. Split down the middle 50-50. It's either Uzi's tail or maybe, just maybe, it's Sin's remains after the conclusion of season 1. It's a toss-up there. It's really, really hard to tell the difference between the two of them sometimes in my head, but they're both awesome. They both have really good character arcs in season 2, and I have a lot planned for them. But yeah, Yeva, that's Doll's mom. She doesn't play a big role in season 2 or anything. Again, the character had their moment. They did their thing. I don't plan on bringing dead characters back, so to speak. But yeah, this is just an example of stuff that I use, that I lean into. Not a question, more of a thank you. Thank you for giving Thad the screen time he needs. Oh, there's so much more where that came from. Believe that, Blue Cat. There's so much more where Thad came from. We're going to do a lot more with him. Give him the time he needs. The hardest part is balance. I don't want to turn Thad into the main character. I don't want to turn V into the main character. The main characters are Uzi and N. And that's it. And, kind of J, but there's a lore there's a story reason for that. We're trying to get both perspectives there. But yeah. Oh, Mr. Marshmallow, I made a new drone type. I call them annihilation drones. That's metal. They don't have wings, but they're very agile. They were meant to kill, murder, and worker drones. Okay, so it's like the next... I see what you're putting down. All right, I see you. I see what you're putting down there. There's something to... It's like the next level. You've got your worker drones, your disassembly, and then you've got annihilation drones, which is pretty freaking cool. That's a great name. Definitely make your own story, for heaven's sakes. Put that... I want to read that. I want to see that. Bring that to life, man. JJ Creates, who we love, says, I'm making my own type of drone, but the lore behind them is too complicated and I don't know what to call them. Okay. Oh, okay, more. My new type of drone kind of Sin's first prototype of disassembly drones. Okay, so like the zombie drones. The zombie drones, remember, those are like the predecessor to... The disassembly drones are like the nice, uniform, industrial version of a zombie drone. A zombie drone is like the organic manifestation of the solver's powers. It's the perfect union between organic eldritch horror and sci-fi horror. So it's cool. I wish I could remember the name. There's a really horrible, gory film that does manage to do sci-fi horror in a way that nothing else does. And it's got the guy from Jurassic Park in it, and I can never remember the name because I haven't seen it because I don't believe in torturing myself. But it's like... I don't know, you look at sci-fi horror in general, there are very few stories out there that I can think of off the top of my head that successfully marry traditional horror elements and science fiction. A few do it, and they do it very well, but there's a whole lot of slop underneath them. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's catch up with the chat here. If you had to pick between Thad, Lizzie, or Khan, who would you pick? What do you mean, for like a dance partner or something? Well, if we're talking about dancing, so here's the thing. How tall are most drones? They're like, 4 feet tall? How tall is Uzi right here? Or the teacher drone? How tall are these characters? Well, we've got this is a good reference photo. Okay, so Tessa is a standard teenage girl height. We'll say like 4.5, 5 feet tall. Something like that. She hasn't finished growing yet. Drones are about 4 foot. At least worker drones are, or maids, whatever you want to call them. And then disassembly drones are about a head taller than them, or at least a half a head. So coming in at maybe 5 feet tall. I am a solid 6 feet. It's not a meme. I'm not playing into the meme. I'm actually dead serious. 6 feet tall. At least last I checked. It's like 6'1" or something. So right there at the average. Right there. If I were to dance with any of those three characters, the choices were Lizzie, Thad, or Khan. I feel like Lizzie wouldn't give me the time of day. And it wouldn't be like a rude thing necessarily. She would just be glued to her phone. And she would probably only be there to like manage the dance event. Excuse me, or whatever was going on. So she's out of the picture. Khan would probably be like a chaperone to said event. Not exactly interested in dancing. And I feel like he would step on my toes. And he wouldn't stop talking about doors too. That's the other thing. So how's the weather up here? Really? How's the weather up here? I'm not that tall, guys. The weather's great though, I have to say. Except when it gets humid, because everything just goes up. But yeah, I would say probably of those three choices, Thad. Hands down, I would dance with that. Thad would be so chill with it. He'd be so cool. He wouldn't mind whatsoever. And if I was nervous, he'd probably cheer me on, because Thad is the best character in Murder Drones. Yeah, I said it. Context is everything, though. So anyway, I hope that answers your question there. Oh yeah, please tag me on the Annihilation Drones thing. Please do that. I would love to see those. Thad would be the guy that dances. In fact, we have footage of Thad dancing. Thad's really good. He's good at breakdancing. Thad is also one of the only characters to like actively oppose the disassembly drones. Like the dude has guts. Maybe not like physical guts, but he's definitely got drone guts. So yeah. This Pebblestar _ asking, do you support VISSY? Vizzy? What is Vizzy? Are you talking about Vizzy Pop, the animator person? What is she? She started as an animator, then moved on to like a showrunner. I have no idea what she is now. I don't. To be perfectly honest, when it comes to Vizzy Pop and like all the Hell of a Boss stuff and What's the other show called? Has Been Hotel. All that stuff, I was super into it when it first came out. And then I just lost interest completely. It got really repetitive. The animation was good across the board, but I'll admit, I don't like foul language. I don't like over-the-top violence. It has its place. I'm just not a fan of foul language in general. I always feel like there's a more interesting way of communicating what a character is trying to say. That's just me personally. I don't know. I don't know if that's your question either. I'm just throwing stuff at the wall here. Hang on. Shoot. I gotta have something. Hold on a second. Yeah, this will work. I'm just throwing stuff at the wall here. Okay. Back to the chat here. JJ asks, off topic, but I think the reason Murder Drones is so intriguing is because it's like a mashup of all genres, horror, sci-fi, comedy, mystery, and a bit of romance. So kind of hard to write like that. But not impossible. I agree, but it's not impossible. In fact, you could probably write something like Murder Drones. All of you could. It's not impossible. I always find it funny when people are like, this is so well written. People have said that to me, which I cannot wrap my head around. It's mind-boggling to me. There's way too much swearing. I agree, Mr. Marshmallow. I get that that's the point, but I don't know. It lost its appeal after a while. It was like, oh, cool, an indie animated show. And then it just kind of, I discovered Dungeon Flippers. You can't top Dungeon Flippers, all right? It's too good. It's way too good. As somebody who has grown up watching things, not intentionally, it's just always on, HGTV, Dungeon Flippers is literally the perfect show. Just my idea. I agree, AK Animations. The lore of the Vizzy Pop stuff, like, honestly, it doesn't make much sense to me. I feel like if they took it... Oh, I'm sorry. Animations, what is your question? Let me scroll up here. Let me find it. Just give me a sec here. Where is your question? Uzi? Who is he, like, about 4.5 feet? Are you talking about me? I just told you. I'm literally 6 feet tall. I'm not even kidding. Where is your question, Animations? I'm scrolling up way far. Yeah, you haven't asked your question yet, Animations. Ask your question. I'll answer it. Yeah, unless that was your question. Yes, I will read and answer your question as soon as you ask it. Please, Animations, just put it in the chat. So when I was a bit younger, this is Blue Cat again. When I was a bit younger, I discovered TADC, and I discovered what MD is. I accidentally started on episode 4. That's totally fine. A well-written show allows you to enter at pretty much any point, but not every show is like that. Oh, okay, that's what you're asking. Okay, Pebblestar was asking with the VIZZY thing. Do you support VX Lizzie in Murder Drones? Outright, not exactly my thing. I think that it's funny when the fans play around with stuff like that. And I mean, even if you look at season 2, like what I've put out so far, there's definitely like room to pursue that. If you want to make that assumption, if you want those two characters to end up together, I make room for that. It's not the direction I'm trying to go, but I think it's funny either way. I like it when fans interact with the show, even when it gets to absurd levels. I'm looking at you, Garfield, like all the Eldritch stuff with that. That's insane. I still can't believe that exists. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, good. But yeah, it's just like a lot. And this goes for any kind of ship out there. I think that there is room in the show if you want two characters to end up together. If you want a door and, I don't know, Uzi's tail to end up in a relationship, there's room for that. You can absolutely write that, and honestly, that sounds freaking funny. You could probably make that happen, but it's all up to you. It's all up to you. Yeah, I agree, Mr. Marshmallow. I'm trying to make an AU with my OCs, but it's hard to balance the genes along with the genres, not genes, genres with the amount of characters, especially since I've added an additional 4 disassembly drones and a new type of drone. Well, therein lies the issue, I think. The the issue that I see with a lot of young writers, listen up, guys. If you want to write a story, start small. Start simple. Start with like a single character and a single story you want to pursue. Don't try and make Avengers Endgame at the start, okay? Learn from the mistakes of DC. Learn from the mistakes of the Dark Universe. If you know what that is, you know. Just keep it simple, okay? Remember the KISS principle. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. There you go. Remember that. Just keep it simple. If you want to tell a murder drone story, start with an original character. Start with something that means something special to you. I hope I'm explaining that well. Just don't start at the top, start at the bottom, work your way up. All right. People appreciate that. There's growth there. It means a lot. That's my advice for writing, by the way. I'm just throwing that out there, by the way. Don't come up with a name. You guys already came up with a name for it. Really? Doortail? Are we making that a thing now? Are we really making that? Hi, Nova. Are we really making that a thing now, Doortail? It was a joke, guys. Please don't make that a thing. I see you, AK. I'm looking at the chat. I see you. No. We've got... no. Okay. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me go back to this. So Novamidi brings up a really good point. By the way, Novamidi is the incredible and very talented voice actress for not just V, but Lizzie as well. She does such a good job. Please subscribe to her if you haven't already. Absolutely fantastic. Always love hearing from you. Novamidi says, my mind is full of ideas that I haven't done yet, but once I learn to animate, I really want to make an indie series. I'm going to give you the best advice of your life, Nova. Start now. Do what you can with what you've got. I also want to create my own original indie animated series at some point. Heck, I wrote 3 books that I want to turn into an animated series someday. But my animation skills are limited. I've been to school for animation and I still don't feel confident in my abilities to animate. I know how to use Blender, generally speaking. I know how to use SFM. I know how to use Flip-a-Clip. I've played around with it and I still don't feel like I'm at a point where I can, put enough time and energy into it to justify the end result. So I did the best with what I had. I simply wrote. I'm good at writing, so I wrote a story and I put it out on the internet with my ability to edit videos and whatnot. And look where we are now. And we're halfway done. We're halfway done and we've already reached this point. I would say do the best you can with what you've got. You absolutely, in this day and age, when there's so many wonderful tools for free, you don't have to use Adobe Create or whatever the latest Adobe product is. You don't have to use that stuff to produce high quality animations or videos or anything like that. You do the best you can with what you've got. If there's a watermark on it, cool. It adds to the comedy. Whatever it might be, do the best you can with what you've got. You absolutely can. We really don't have any excuses in this day and age, but that's just me. I'm going to scroll back down here. You like trains? I also like trains. I've been told there's a difference between trains and engines. Thank you, cameraman YT. Anyway. Sorry, this soapbox is starting to break underneath my weight. I better get off it. Anyway, so Blue Cat says I'm working on a little Roblox series with my friends, but after the series ends, planning on making a Murder Drones fan animatic series called Murder Drones: A New Era. Okay. So do it. That's all I'm going to say. Roblox is huge. Let's pretend that it's not. Roblox is a really, really, really big thing. And as much as it gets memed on, and sometimes rightly so, I would say do the best you can with what you've got. If you know how to use Roblox, then use it. I will fully admit, I hate Photoshop with a passion. All right? It's so complicated. The fact that I need a special tool just to click on something and move it around drives me nuts. I hate it. So instead of using Photoshop, I use an app on my phone called, and I've talked about this before and I'll talk about it again. I use an app called Pro Knockout. It's basically a China. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry if it's lagging. Ooh, yeah. What the heck's going on? Ooh, okay. We've got a bad signal going here. Let me see if I can close out of some stuff. Maybe that'll help. Yeah, that should help. Okay. Hopefully that helped a little bit. I just closed out of something. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry. Oh, Sans asked a question. Do you like JXV? Oh, again, if you want to pursue that, if you want to put the time and effort into bringing that out, you're welcome to. You're absolutely welcome to. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I will say, though, I feel like there's more room if you want to explore something like, I don't know, Thad X Lizzie. I feel like there's more groundwork in the show for that. And what I mean by that is, there's already been groundwork laid out. So you don't have to worry necessarily. It's already there. It's there. Crap, the stream didn't end, did it? Crap, I think the stream ended. I hope the stream didn't end. Are we still streaming, guys? I'm so sorry. I'm getting like... I hope the stream didn't end. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if there is stream... Oh my gosh, why is the signal so bad? Why is it so bad? I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, good. Good. I hope you guys can still hear me. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry for the bad connection, guys. I have no connection, or I hope I have a connection. I have no control over that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Woo! Okay, it's still going. Okay, good. Just checking, guys. I'm really sorry for the bad signal. I don't know what's going on. Ditto is probably downloading a car or something like that. So either way, we're going to continue. We're going to continue this. I apologize. So, what were we talking about? What is your favorite clone division in Star Wars? Serial designation X says. Ooh, favorite clone division in Star Wars? I always liked the division that was with Kid Mundi, I think is how you say his name, the guy with the tall head. They had some red, but they had these cool like curtain things that went from their helmets and kind of covered their necks because they were, I think, in snowy areas. So I don't know if that look was unique to them or if it was just like when they're in the snow areas they look like that. But I always thought they looked really, really cool. But yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's okay. It's not ended. Good. Thank you, guys. The show will go on. Okay. Wow. I'm sorry. I just answered that, Sans. I'm sorry if you didn't hear me the first time. Do I like JXV? Again, not particularly. It's not my cup of tea. I understand if somebody else wants it. I'm not going to say there's not room in the show for that, but based on what I've seen, based on my understanding of the show is the same as everyone else's. Based on my limited understanding of murder drones, of the characters, especially of V and J, they don't really have that kind of chemistry. I'm not saying you can't write something that would incorporate that. That's totally valid. I can see that happening. But I don't know. It feels like Jay assumed the leadership role, and especially by episode 8 of season 1, it was pretty obvious that V and Jay don't get along. They don't like each other. In fact, Jay has a pretty infamous line where she says, "I never needed either of you." That seems pretty definitive. I'm just throwing that out there. Let me know are you guys hearing this? Are you picking any of this up? Is this making sense to any of you? This is just my observation. It seems pretty obvious. Again, if we're staying within the context of the show and what it establishes. If you want to go in a completely different direction, you want to go the alternate route, that's totally fine. I can totally see that happening. But based on what I've seen, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really seem like something that the characters would do. And one of the reasons I'm so committed to doing Murder Drone Season 2 is because I loved other people's fan works, like comics and animations and whatnot, but it always felt like they were reinventing the characters to fit whatever narrative they wanted. I wanted a season 2 where the characters were still themselves. That felt like something that Glitch put out or Liam put out. And I felt like I had the capacity to do that, so that's the direction we're going with season 2. So I apologize, V and J shippers. You're probably not going to see that in season 2. That's not to say the characters won't interact with each other. They absolutely will. And I think we're obviously going towards that just based on what we saw with episode 4, and especially with what we'll see with episode 5. But yeah, you get the idea. Now, okay. Nova says, I like to eat car batteries. Toby and Thomas, what were you saying earlier? You like to eat, what was it? Soap? So we've got soap enjoyers and car battery enjoyers. I don't know. Personally speaking, this is a joke for legal purposes. Putting myself on the stand here. This is completely a joke. Do not take this out of context. I would say that car batteries are best when they're thrown into the ocean in large quantities, but that's just me. Anyway. So, this is Blue Cat again. If you could pick 3 ships to be canon, what would they be? Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, Creeper. Absolutely look up episode 4 if you can. It's shorter. I think it's the shortest episode so far. It's like 20 total. Isaac, you joined at the perfect time. So I'm going to talk about shipping characters now because that's something somebody wanted my opinion on. So here we go. I think the best ships in the show so far, or the best relationships, we'll not abbreviate. We'll say it. We'll call it by its government name, so to speak. The best relationships in the show are not in this order, but off the top of my head, I will say I really like Nori and Khan. They have a really funny dynamic. I mean, they're Uzi's parents, but the fact that Nori's been away for so long and, as far as we know, still doesn't have like a normal drone body anymore. She's just a crab. And the fact that Khan is still like madly in love with her, that's just cute. I think that's fun. The second relationship is N and Uzi. I know that's actually kind of a controversial relationship with some people. Some people just don't like that N and Uzi, ended up together, which is, that's fine. Is it very clunky? Yeah, but I think that fits the vibe. The show is meant to be like a teenage drama that features cute drones just murdering each other. That's the appeal of murder drones. And it's meant for teenage. The show is specifically created for teenagers. So it's probably not the same kind of highbrow stuff we might be used to, or lowbrow stuff you might be used to seeing if you scroll through social media a bunch. But the show fits its vibe pretty well. I think Uzi and N, they have a clunky relationship, but it's fine. And the third relationship, I would say, out of all of them that I thought was pretty fun is Thad and Lizzie. I didn't see that coming. And then the camp out episode came out and it was like, oh, okay, they're being sweet for each other. That's fun. Thank you, Mr. Marshmallow. Have I heard of Murder Drone's Retribution? I've heard of it. I don't know if I've seen it or interacted with it yet. I apologize for that. I will get back to it at some point, I'm sure. The Murder Drones files anyway, because the Murder Drones doesn't care what humans think or is or isn't possible. Sorry, Almighty Oreo King. You must be using like text to speech or speech to text or something like that. I'm sure you'll get the point across. I apologize. You had a fight with someone that Thad and Lizzie are dating. I think it fits within the show. I mean, they're both, at the very least, they're friendly with each other. I think there's something there. Oh, it's a game. Okay, I have heard about it. Yes, I've heard about it. Is it in Roblox or Gmod? I think it's cool. Okay, JJ Creates offers their opinion here. Let's give him a sec. Let's give him the floor, everybody. Let's give JJ Creates the floor for a second. JJ says, for me, Newsy just didn't sit right with me. This could be the side of me who's jealous of Uzi JK, but it just went completely mushy from the start, and I just can't find where the affection came from. That is fair. You do have to bear in mind, here's the other thing with N and Uzi. As far as we know, N is at least somewhat responsible for Nori's death. So I don't know. Maybe that's just how Uzi rolls. She's like, oh, you murdered my parent? You and me. That's kind of, I understand that. That's a little weird. But yeah, Thad and Lizzie give more sibling vibes. That's fine. I can see that too. Either way, there is something like stable there. And even in like the prom episode, It's shown that Thad and Lizzie, they're kind of at the top. It's the jock and the head cheerleader. Something's going on there. It's probably not romantic. It might just be, friendly. But yeah. Bye, Toby. Is N the one who stabbed Nori? No, I do believe it was V. I think it was V, technically. It definitely wasn't J, but it was either V or N. There's there's some clear evidence that it was N, specifically when N and Nori team up. But I do believe it was V who dealt the final blow. I think. Could be wrong on that. Ooh. Excuse me. Sorry. Little burpy tonight. I don't know why. So my friend want me to ask, would you rather date Sin, VJ, or Uzi? Okay, that is an insane question. That is crazy. And the exposure is really bad. Let me see if I can turn my light a little bit to help with that. Sorry. What a question. That question is wild. I don't know if that helped with the lighting at all. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it did. Maybe it didn't. I apologize. I am very overexposed right now. My apologies for that. Wow. That's a bit of a loaded question. Okay. Oh man. Someone's championing Sin. Isaac really says Sin. Okay. Serial designation X. Sorry. That is such a question. That is a question of all time for sure. Oh, would I rather date Sin, VJ, or Uzi? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Cause let's break that down. Okay. Let me break it down for you. Nah, you thought you were going to catch me in 4K boogieing down on stream. That ain't happening. No, not in this economy. Nah. Okay. So let's break it down verbally here. Sin is a murderous eldritch abomination thing that wears the skin of a teenage girl. So that's out of the question immediately. V is a murder machine that takes delight in slaughtering humans. So she's off the table. J, let's come back to that. Uzi is a teenager, so that's also off the table. Hands down, no, absolutely not. So J, maybe. Where is it? I had a hat. Where'd my hat go? Oh crap, did I put my hat away? Hang on, one sec. Where's my hat? Where is my hat, brother? Where's my hat? I had a hat. Oh, here it is. Okay, sweet. Found it. Found my hat. Okay, so of those options, I think if I show up in the right garb, maybe Jay wouldn't kill me off the bat. Maybe if I find my technician lab coat, maybe if I present myself correctly, maybe she'll give me the time of day. Who knows? So out of those four choices, if I had to pick one and there really was nothing else in the universe, I guess Jay, just because that seems fine to me. I don't know. But what do you mean can't believe this guy? Animations, did you ask your question yet? Where is it? How? Just how? How are you not even somehow avoiding my comment? I've been begging you to answer my question. You haven't even taken a... Dude, I've been scrolling through the chat. I don't see your question anywhere. I saw your question asking if you could ask a question, but I don't see your question anywhere. Is there something that's being censored in that question? Are you asking something explicit? Because if you are, it's not going to show up. Just throwing that out there. Unless this is a troll. In which case, yay. Okay, back to the actual questions that are appearing in the chat here. Let's see. Let's see here. If you could, what MD episode or AU would you go into? Oh, I wouldn't go into any. Are you kidding me? No, it's like the Warhammer 40K treatment. Some people are like, oh, Star Wars is my favorite. Oh, Pokemon is my favorite. I want to live in those universes. Warhammer 40K fans, Murder Drones fans were like, yeah, no, I don't want to go there. You kidding me? Don't condemn me to that. I don't want to live there. It's fun to watch from a distance. I don't want to live there. I'm pretty sure one of the premises of Murder Drones is that all the humans are dead. I'm just saying, like, not even Earth is safe. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, back to the chat here. So, okay. Could you watch? Okay, there it is. Thank you, Animations. Could you watch my animated season 2 Murder Drones? Dude, absolutely. That's what you wanted to ask me? Are you kidding me? I love watching other people's like Murder Drones stuff. I don't care what the quality is. Absolutely. Just I don't have a notepad. Just can you tag me in it? Like can you go into the comments or the description or something and just tag me in it or share it with me? Or you could make a post. Actually, if you make a community post and you tag me in the post, it should work. So just do that. Yeah, hit me up, dude. Absolutely. I'll be all over that. And that goes for everybody too. If you have a Murder Drones something or other, if you've done a song, I've done a song. If you've done a song or an animation or something, or even just artwork, tag me in it, for heaven's sakes. I do have a Discord, yes. And I will tell you, if you're an artist and you want to help with Murder Drones Season 2, let me scroll up to this actually. I want to show you guys this. So here are all the files right here. This is my favorite one, Help from Fans. Let me see if I can open this here. Okay, there we go. You can see the thumbnail for the music video. You can see the animation from Cameraman YT. And we've got our voice lines right here for the different episodes. So let's open episode 5, for example. We've already got Uzi's voice lines. Episode 4, here's everybody's voice lines. So we've got that. We've got the fan art. So this isn't stuff that necessarily appears in the episode itself, but it does, you know, it's something that people turn into me, and maybe I include in an episode, maybe I don't. And then we've got the art right here. We've got all the character sprites right here, the PNGs that people have sent in. We've got artwork that people have done to introduce themselves, because every time there's a new artist, I always ask them to draw their favorite Murder Drones character, and then I include that in a post announcing them as part of the project. Yeah, this is my favorite folder right here. All this incredible work, and there's just so much more of it. Hey, Sienna. But yeah, I do have a Discord as my primary method of communication. I do have an email, like a business email that people can reach out to me through, but I'll admit I don't check that nearly as often as I check my Discord. So Discord really is the best way to, yes, by the way, Jay's voice actor is officially in the chat. Everyone please subscribe to Sienna. Does an amazing job. Absolutely amazing. Also, so we've got V, Lizzie, and Jay in the chat right now. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So serial designation X says, can you use my OC for my profile picture because I don't have Discord? I mean, I guess so. You'd have to find a way to get it to me. But yeah, it's guys, I just love it. I love doing this. Question, what's your favorite? Okay, this is from AK Animations, the awesome AK Animations. What is your favorite MD episode? Favorite MD episode? Whew. That is a tough question. I know people hate episode 8. I think it does everything the previous episodes do in a condensed amount of time pretty well. Plus, we get to see Sin fully unleashed. I like episode 8. I think it's a pretty good send-off for the series, considering all the behind-the-scenes writing trouble that the series had and how they were just making it up as they went along, in some aspects, not all aspects, but I think they did a pretty good job, tied it off with a bow in some ways. It's definitely not perfect. It has its shortcomings. I mean, if it didn't, we wouldn't be here. We would not be doing our own, sorry, I just hit my mic. We would not be doing our own season 2. Like that's just how it works. But yeah, episode 3 is pretty good, I will admit. The pilot holds up surprisingly well too. I mean, it's still the mocap animation stuff, but yeah. You should low-key... Okay, this is a good point. Actually, I wanted to talk about this. So JJ, who is one of the artists, mentions you should low-key make a group chat on Discord for us artists. It would be fun to be able to chat within a group and discuss stuff and goof around. I will say, JJ, you have my, not that you need it, but you have my full permission to do that on your own. If you want to start your own Discord server and invite all the artists in, 100% go for it. I will never do that. I won't do it for the voice actors, and I won't do it for the artists, and I definitely won't do it for the entire community, and I'll tell you why. The reason I will never have a giant like Discord server and stick to one-on-one conversations is one, privacy. So there have been, and I'm not going to name names, but there have been artists and voice actors who have helped with the show who had to stop. And sometimes it was for embarrassing reasons. I didn't get all the details, but it really is hard. I agree, Isaac. It's not just hard to mod a Discord channel. Imagine how embarrassing it would be. You get to be a part of this incredible community project. Murder Drones Season 2, put on by the fans. I'm so sorry it's buffering, guys. I am so sorry it's lagging. Wow, that is horrible. That is horrible timing to lag. That is awful timing. I'm just going to, stream buffering. I'm sorry. I'll wait. Now it's good. Isaac, are we good? Just reload. Are we good, guys? Are we good? Okay, Marshmallow, you're good. I'll wait to explain myself because this is really important, and I get this question a lot. So this is really important. I appreciate that, Isaac. It's over now? Okay, good. Okay, can I hit the little smiley face or the heart thing, like if we're good? Are you just do that for me? You know the little heart button? I clicked on it a little bit. Just hit that for me if you're good. Okay, I see it. We're good. Okay, I'm going to explain it. So thank you guys. Sorry about that. So the reason I will never have a Discord server or just like an artist chat or a voice actor chat or whatever it might be is because, well, imagine how embarrassing it would be. You get to be a part of this incredible group project. And then for whatever reason, like school picks up, maybe you have to move, maybe something happens in your personal life with a relationship or whatever it might be. Maybe you just don't want to do it anymore. Imagine how embarrassing it would be to just leave. Suddenly you're getting DMs from people like, what happened? Why'd you go? You have to explain what's going on. Like it's so embarrassing. And I've been in that situation. I've been a part of Discord servers in the past where it's been like, where it's been like community focused. We've been working towards a single thing and somebody has to leave or I have to leave. And yes, it's really hard to manage, but it's embarrassing. I don't want to put anybody in that position because all of us are doing this. We're all volunteers here. This is not paid. Obviously it's not paid. None of us own the Murder Drones characters. If Glitch wanted to, they could absolutely come in and smash this entire project. I pray every single night that never happens, but Glitch technically has the power to do that. I don't think they would do that. That seems a bit below them. They're not Disney. They're not HBO. They're not, they're not Universal. They seem to be chill like that. But even so, none of us own the Murder Drones characters. No one's getting paid for this. This is 100% volunteer, all of it. And that just blows me away. The fact that everyone's so willing to hop in and do this. I thought I was going to be doing this by myself for all 8, now 9 episodes. But no, all of you incredible people have stepped up and like, no, we want to help. We'll do voice acting, whatever it is. And I love that you're here. I'm so grateful for all of you. This project is elevated to a degree it never would have been without your guys' help. So I appreciate you all so much. But yeah, as far as Discord goes, I use it for one-on-one communication. That way, if someone needs to step away, they can, and it doesn't become, there's no room for drama. That's what it comes down to. But that's just me. Yeah, I agree, Quick. It would be bad press for them, but that's just my opinion. I am not going to stop you guys. If anybody wants to make like a designated Discord server for fans, for artists, for voice actors, whatever, you don't need my permission to do that. I encourage you to do that if you want. I'm just going off of my own personal experiences and trying to be as respectful as possible to all you guys. So yeah, that's the main reason there. But yeah, it's totally, you guys are more than welcome to disagree with that. There are plenty of ways to argue against that, but that's just me. Would it be okay if you could check the Annihilation drone? Yeah, absolutely. I can check it out. I probably won't do it on stream just because today's more of a relaxed stream and I'll show off some artwork to you guys, but it's more of like a discussion based thing. That being said, I am more than happy because I do have some spare time, especially next week. I have some spare time and I'm interested to see, one, how you guys react to the doll one-off episode, and two, let me know, would that be a good live stream? Because we did it with the Fungal Bob thing for a cameraman. What if I sat down and reacted to your guys's channels, your guys's posts? What would you guys be interested in that? Would that be something cool? I think I would love to do that personally. Like I love your guys' stuff for one, but one of the main things I want to do with this series is elevate everybody else. I'm fortunate enough. I've been doing this for a number of years. I'm not at 100K yet. I'm hopefully going to reach there by the end of the year. Hopefully we'll get there. But I just want a play button. That's it. That's the only reason. Other than that, the numbers don't matter. But I'm fortunate enough to be in a position where I can elevate pretty much anybody that hops on board to help. So if there's another way for me to do that, I'm going to do it, or I would love to do it. That being said, I'm not going to show anybody's stuff if they don't want me to. So let me know if you want me to check out your guys' stuff. I think that would be really cool, especially if we did it on stream. We did like a live reaction. I can get popcorn. That'd be fun. As long as it wasn't too loud. Yes, I agree. Sienna. Check out Pretty Paws. Don't be afraid of writing cringe moments. That's all I've got for you, Drone Theory. I'm learning too. As am I. I have no idea how the doll episode is going to blow over. I don't know how that's going to play out. I don't know if you guys are even going to like it, especially if you're a fan of doll. You guys could absolutely hate it. And I'll react accordingly. But I'm just making stuff and putting it out there, and we'll see how it goes. Again, trying to stay within the context of Murder Drones and Murder Drones Season 2. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. The number one thing, and this goes for any kind of creative venture, don't be afraid. Just do it. If something scares you, go for it. Yes, I agree, Toby and Thomas. Embrace the cringe. Embrace the cringe. But yeah, I can't do, so Serial Designation X, I can't do YouTube anymore because I did it secretly and my parents found my channel on my phone. How embarrassing. I totally get it. My parents, I'm in a similar position. My parents watch my videos regularly. Even though they don't understand Murder Drones, they don't understand half the jokes I tell. I'm fortunate enough, they support me, and I'm grateful for them every single day. Because, life goes on and it never stops, and that's all I'm going to say. Tell your parents you love them. Because you do. Deep down you do. But yeah, it's really cool. So Drone Theory. Oh, there you are, Drone Theory. You were mentioned a second ago. I didn't see you yet. Hey, I am writing a season 2 of Murder Drones. Any tips for me to write? Oh, I've got so many tips, man. Here's a follow-up question. What do you want advice for? Do you want advice for setting? Do you want like presentation? What would you like some advice on? Let me know. I will just crumble and do anxiety attack if I get called out. Nah, Isaac, you can't worry. I get it. I suffer from severe anxiety. It literally keeps me up at night sometimes. So I get that. But at the same time, when it comes to stuff you put on the internet, the best advice I ever got actually came from my parents, my mom specifically. She was like, once you put something up there, just leave it up there. Let it do its thing and learn from it and move on to the next thing. And I know that's easier said than done, but it's gotten me out of a few potentially embarrassing situations. I will say a good captain goes down with his ship. Yeah, I believe that. There are layers to that one. I'm overexposed again. I apologize. There are layers to that comment. Okay, this light is, let me turn this down a little bit. Oh, that's so much better. Yeah, there we go. That's a little better, right? I could dim my light. I forgot I could do that. All the technology in the world, and I still don't know how to use it correctly. Anyway, the level of embarrassment directly corresponds with what content you were making. This is true. Hear me out. An episode of MD where it's the POV of the oiled nice Sin, where she slowly gets turned into the new Sin. I actually thought about that. So, fun little behind the scenes thing here. The original concept for Murder Drones Season 2 was it was going to be kind of like an anthology series a little bit. Well, maybe not an anthology. It was going to be a collection of one-off stories of what the characters were doing before Tessa, before, Copper 9, before all of that, because the characters had to come from somewhere. And what were they doing? What were they about? Why is Jay so committed to corporate talk? Is that like a defect? Is that a result of her upbringing? Where's the? I feel like there was a lot of room to explore there. So that was going to be Murder Drone season 2 originally, and then I realized, well, let's just continue with the story. There's so many loose ends with the conclusion of season 1. Let's just keep it going. So we ended up going that route. But yeah, that's, if anybody wants to do that, again, you do not need my permission to do that. Just go for it. I think that'd be really cool. Yeah. You mean old, not oiled. Okay. I get you. If you make disassembly drones, can I have one? Well, here's the thing. There is actually a gentleman here. He's not just on YouTube. He's on TikTok as well. He is making real drones. He's put actual AI into them. He's 3D printed bodies for them. He's done Sin. He's about to do N, I think. And I can't remember his username off the top of my head. I'm not doing him any favors. Just look up Sin in real life. I have a video somewhere on my profile of me reacting to him. The thumbnail has a picture of Sin with the puppy dog thing on her display, and it says she's real. Check that video out. Yeah, the drones are coming to life. That's all I'm gonna say. You saw Sin? Nova, what was that like? Hey, Loud Void, another one of our amazing artists. Let me see if I can find some of your stuff here. Where is your stuff? Well, you've got stuff down here. This is one of them. Let me see. I got a new N sprite. That was the real Warrior Mon. Sorry, there's a lot to go through here. Look at the J sprites. Look at all this. There's so much to look at here. This one is my favorite. Hands down. This one is my second favorite. Actually, no, this one right here. Second favorite, first favorite. I love sending. So the artists can attest. What I love to do is to find funny stock photos and send them to the artist and be like, hey, will you please depict this character in this pose? And hopefully it's a little easier. Yeah, it was in Japan. I've never been to Japan either. It's on my to-do list, but yeah, the bagging people broke Sin. Yeah, I saw that. That's insane. I can't believe he did get her fixed though. He got a new screen, which is crazy. That's so expensive, like thousands of dollars for one of those screens. But yeah, they hurt Sin. It's okay. She got better, or he made her better. Speaking of Sin, we've got our 3 Sin sprites right here, provided by the incredible Finley. What is Finley's username again? Just double check. Okay, so it is Finley. Just to make sure. Finley is most active on Instagram, so be sure to give Finley a follow if you haven't already. But yes, a good stock photo. There's so much potential. I can't believe more people aren't doing this. If you're a Murder Drones artist, or just an artist in general, please do that. Find funny stock photos or memes and draw the characters in those poses. It's so fun. I love that kind of stuff. You have a gas mask in your room? Dang, dude. What are you preparing for? When it does get put out, would you folks watch it? The voice actors are young. Please don't judge. Oh, 100% Blue Cat. 100% I'd watch it. It might not be on stream. I like to enjoy stuff personally. I don't record everything. I used to. I've made plenty of vlog videos where I've gone to museums and interactive art exhibits, whole 9 yards. I don't do that anymore. I like to enjoy stuff quietly if I can. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I will absolutely watch your stuff though. Yeah, I agree. I need advice. Oh, here we go. Drone Theory has come back. Bringing it back here. Drone Theory says, I need advice on the story, the setting, how to develop characters, character task, and a lot more. Well, I'll give you some general advice and we can go into further detail from there. If you want to, you can send me a message on Discord and I can offer you some tips there too. I'm not trying to sell you anything is what I'm trying to say. I'll just tell you. Because frankly, we need more stories in the world. Whether it's tied to something that exists already or is completely original, we need more stories in the world. There's far too few actual storytellers out there. There's way too many people that have good ideas and just never bring them to life. Shame on you if you're one of those people. You need to bring your story out there. There are people waiting for you. But I would say as far as advice on the story and the setting, again, keep it simple. Pick something that's already familiar. If you're doing a Murder Drones thing, Pick a familiar setting. For me, I picked the Tower of Corpses and Copper 9 because that's what people know, and the Destroyed City. Or a snowy landscape, stuff like that. Just pick a setting that people recognize so you don't have to spend a lot of time explaining that environment. You see what I'm going for here? You see? It's really helpful, right? Suddenly you don't have to devote all this time and energy to describing the trees and the color of the ground. You just say where it is. People already, have that connection. And if they don't, they can probably infer based on the name itself. That gives you the chance to focus on the story. And remember, the story should be meaningful, meaning that your characters should have an arc. Everything should have meaning. Don't waste time. If it's boring to you writing it, it's definitely going to be boring to the people reading it or experiencing it. So just keep that in mind. When in doubt, throw in the kitchen sink. I'm not even kidding. People like references. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, and fall back on memes too. Holy cow. Fall back on memes. Don't be afraid to do that. All right. Memes are great. Let me pull this up here. Look at all this. You see all that? Oh, there's Miku. Okay. That's what you guys were talking about earlier. Okay. This is my memes folder, by the way. I use these. Oh, hey, Liam Vickers. But, yeah, it's when in doubt, if you need like this right here, the back pain picture, that's great. You throw that into a video, people are going to love it. All of this is references for videos. And you guys have probably seen some of these in some of my most recent videos. We've got the I show speed. Huh? I get it now. Like, people love this stuff. So if you need to, just throw it in there. Thank you, Serial Designation X. You're amazing. But yeah, just my opinion. Just my opinion. Truer words have never been spoken. Oh yeah, especially when it comes to the internet. I mean, what are we all here for? We're here to waste time, have a good time, or see something funny, or all three of those things put together. So, heaven forbid you make your thing funny. Just saying. Oh, I need to write a script for a movie I'm making, but my ADHD is like, nuh-uh. Well, then just don't write a full-on script. Do bullet points. You don't have to have a finished product on the first draft. Okay? Just make it easy for yourself. I have an idea for a book called I'm Insane, but the IN is crossed out. That's a great idea. Make that book. I would read that book. I have an idea to write a story. This is from Dirtbag. Cute username. I have an idea to write a story, but I'm having trouble figuring out where I want the story to go. Well, that is the great hurdle that all writers need to overcome, isn't it? I would say if you're having trouble figuring out where you want the characters to go, then pick the best route possible. A happy ending. I'm serious. Make a happy ending. If I can go on a rant for a second here, I am so exhausted. I'm so tired of anti-heroes, bad endings, open-ended endings too. Like, I'm so done, man. I just want some closure. Let the story have a beginning, middle, and end. When did it become unpopular to do that? Look at Go Dogs Go for a second, okay? Even Go Dogs Go, which if you haven't read, it's a good read. Even that has a beginning, middle, and end. It has a resolution. It's a happy ending. There's your characters can experience happiness, okay? You don't have to have this sad, oh, we've lost all our friends. No, you don't have to do that, okay? Think of anything that has a happy ending. Anything off the top of your head. Heck, think of Return of the Jedi, okay? That's the most general thing I can think of. Pick a happy ending, all right? Work towards that happy ending. Your characters can still experience development and trial and error. They can still experience loss, but give them a happy ending, okay? I'm so tired of people being like, look at how much I torture my OCs. You're not cool, okay? That's not a brag. That's so dumb. Give your characters a happy ending, for heaven's sakes. Oh, mine. It's not that deep. I know. I'm just saying, man. I'm going to kill all my characters in spite. You can do that. It doesn't hurt you, or it doesn't hurt me. It only hurts you. I'm just saying, man. Yeah, can we get some more happy endings? Is it really that bad? Thank you, Sienna. I will look at them as soon as I can. I'm planning on calling my AU The Broken Minds of Copper 9. I think I'm traumatizing my OCs too much. Yeah, well, good news for you. There is time to change. All right? Heaven forbid you give your characters a happy ending. Heaven forbid you give people the, oh, thank you, Drone Theory. I will look at them as soon as I can. Yeah, give Nova. That's a great thing. I'm so done with people being like, I have to traumatize my character. You're not traumatizing your characters. You're trauma dumping onto your characters, onto your audience, and it only hurts your story. People don't want to interact with that kind of stuff, okay? And if they do, there's, let's be honest, far, far better stories out there that do that, okay? It's not the way to go. Just my opinion. What do I know? I've just published a few books in my time, and I'm currently writing an entire show. What do I know? I'm just saying, guys. Heaven forbid you tell a good story. And better yet, make a paladin character. Make a character that maybe they've had trauma and then they've come out on top. Imagine that. Isn't that the goal of life? Am I wrong? I'm pretty sure that's the goal of life. In spite of your yeah, I've published books. Did I not tell you? Oh, that's embarrassing. Yeah, I've published books. Shoot, I've got... Here, hold on, let me... Oh, man, where are they? So many memes. Random Pokemon pictures. Where are they? Okay, well, I'm going to have to show those off later. Yes, I've written a few books. One or two of them, they're available on Amazon. They won't be for much longer, though. There is a link on all of my videos. I forget what the prompt is. It's like, what if a dragon attacked America? It's a parody of isekai anime, if you're familiar with that, where characters are sent to another world. There's so many like things with that. You can still get the books. In fact, I think they're like $4 or something like that if you get them digitally. So actually, they're free if you have Kindle Unlimited, because it's Amazon. But yeah, the books are called, right now, they're called President Troll. Basic synopsis is character gets magic to another world and becomes president of the United States. Hence the name President Troll. Again, they won't be available for much longer because I'm actually I wrote 3 books. 2 of them are published. The third one hasn't been published yet. I realized, and so did my editor, who happens to be my mother, we both realized that it would be a lot better if I just took all 3 books and released it as one mega volume. It would be easier for you guys. You wouldn't have to buy 3 individual books. I'm not going to tell you to wait, but you should probably wait. Okay, I'm actually editing it right now while I'm doing all the Murder Drone stuff and not my real life, but like my normal everyday stuff as well. But yeah, more on that when it's completed. I actually was planning on releasing the first few chapters, like reading them in the style of my videos and putting them up on YouTube, just to give you guys like a hint of what to expect. It's comedy. It's all comedy. It's got some serious moments here and there, but it's done. It's comedy for comedy's sake. Everyone that's read it so far seems to have enjoyed it. So I don't know. Check it out. Maybe it's called President Troll. It's on Amazon, and yeah, it won't be there for much longer. Anyway, so let's see. Back to your questions. My apologies. Wow, my voice is getting dried out. Hold on. Ugh. My vocal cords. You are the definition of comedy. Ouch. Thank you, Cian. Oh, man. Hey, be inspired. That's great. Nobody will be as brutally honest as your own parents. And sometimes, as a creative, you need that honesty. Okay, thank you, Sienna. I figured, but that's pretty funny. You take that comment out there. You are the definition of comedy. That is brutal. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, dang, girl burned me without even trying. That is a dangerous person right there. Roll with that. That's awesome. When your entire life is a joke, but it's not funny anymore. Hey, it's always funny. Just my opinion. All 30 of your friends' Murder Drones OCs have very well thought out backgrounds and a pretty dang decent story. I'm impressed, even though like half of them are dead. There's the problem. How am I supposed to enjoy a character when they're dead? It's the same problem I had with the Solo movie. You guys remember when the Han Solo movie came out after Han Solo was killed? And like nobody cared. Because why would you care? They just killed off the character. You think making an entire, prologue film prelude is going to somehow change that? No, nobody wanted to see that. Just my opinion. I have built up so much lore for my characters and the lore for the alien main character, but I still haven't thought of a storyline yet. I have no idea what the story would be. Okay, that is a common issue. Can I talk about that for a second? I want to talk about that. So, and I experienced this too. Far too often, we have characters that are really cool in our heads that we can see doing amazing things within our imaginations. But the question comes when you have a character that's so amazing, what kind of story could they possibly exist in? How do you put them in something that's engaging and satisfying to consume? And the answer is simple. It's not through traumatizing. No, you don't traumatize your characters. You make things simple. Give them something simple to overcome, but don't tell anybody that your character is perfectly capable of overcoming them. Let your character go into this adventure with the mentality of, I've got this, and then turn it on its head. Throw them for a loop. Throw them for a loop. That's how you do it. That's how you make an interesting character. You've got a really cool character. They can do all these amazing things. Cool. Come up with a simple idea, like the character needs to go to the store and buy some milk or something, to come up with some idea. And then you take that idea and now suddenly the character has fallen into a wormhole and they're in an alternate world where they don't exist and things are worse off for everybody. Go the It's a Wonderful Life route. Just do something. Create a scenario that challenges your character without traumatizing them. It is possible to do that. You just got to look for some examples. Okay, rant over. Give them a Deadpool persona and then ban trauma equals good. Yeah, I guess that's one way to do it. It kind of only works with Deadpool, though. Just saying. All my characters are very deep and have really nice backstories, but I have so many versions of the story in my head, I just can't organize it all into one solid story. Well, again, JJ, that comes down to just simplifying things. Make it easy. Make it simple. Keep it simple. That's it. That's what you do. You keep it simple. You focus on the good, and you go from there. Those are just my thoughts. I even thought of what her home planet's atmosphere are made of and her kind of average body temperature before the story. Okay, so I need you to stay with me on this one. There's a saying that I don't know where it originates, but it's the saying, it goes, milk before meat. So the idea behind this saying is, when somebody is learning about something, like when there's a baby, for example, you generally I don't think there's ever a situation where you give a baby like a giant steak. They probably don't even have the teeth necessary to chew on something like that. They don't have the motor function to be able to cut a steak up. They probably can't even pick it up. Chances are the steak is bigger than the baby in question. So what do babies get? They get milk. That's what you start with. When you grow up, when you reach a certain point of development, then you can start consuming things like meat, like steak. That's the point right there. So tying that into the writing issue, you should start with something simple, something that's easily consumable. Don't worry about all the extra details. Like the big details and stuff, that's the meat. You get to that stuff after you've established the basics. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Start simple. Once you reach like the 9th book in this series, then you can start worrying about stuff like the planet's atmosphere and a character's eye color. And you get what I'm trying to say, right? That's what I'm going for. Have you ever... Oh, Blue Raven Films said something and then it went away. I heard what I needed to hear. Okay. You're welcome. There you go. Let's just get the ban hammer and ban trauma. Oh, wow. Yeah, that could work. Oh, Loud Void says, I have a has-been hotel OC. I killed off her sister because I hated her. You killed off a character that didn't even exist yet? That is brutal. I just wish I never did that because I got better at drawing. Well, the good news is when you're telling your own story, there's technically no rules. Just a thought. But yeah, is it bad? Okay, this is a really good question. Bye, Mr. Marshmallow. I'll do like 2 more questions and then I have to leave as well. But stick around for these because these are really important. So Isaac says, is it bad, or asks, is it bad that I have like a lot of twisted and sadistic ideas for character development? No. Execution is what matters, though. What is the context for what is happening? Are you just torturing the characters for torturing's sake? If so, that's pretty messed up. To have the thought to torture a character, to have the thought to put them in a perilous situation, or to involve them in something dramatic, that's impulsive. That's fine. It's if you act on it, that's what matters. That's what I've been told, at least. And I don't exactly, I can't identify with you necessarily. I don't exactly have thoughts like that. But I will say that it's all about execution. It's the context. Why are they being put in these situations? Why are these things happening? What is the end goal? Does it exist just for the sake of being there? These are the questions you, as the creator, need to figure out. And then last question here. Last question is going to come from Novamidi. Or is this a question? Well, I'll talk about it as if it is. I'm thinking of doing short stories circled around one thing, then actually making it an indie show. All right, this is our last thing of the day. Making it an indie show. I will say that when it comes to making things, it's all up to you. The ball is in your court. You are the driving force here. No one else is going to make this except you. And there are people like me who are waiting for you to bring this to life. And until you do, it's just a dream. And dreams are not enough to get by. They're good starting points. That's it. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little live stream here. We didn't quite do what I set out to do, but that's fine. I'm more than happy to just sit around and talk with you guys. So I appreciate that you guys are here. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, share this video with as many friends as you can, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.